This video will review how to get started with a Google form. And the first thing you do is you go to your drive. So I'm in my Google Drive, which houses all my Google documents. And the way I got here was by clicking on the 3 square in the app. So for example, if you want to start from your email, that might be a great way to start. You click on that and you click on Drive, and that will give you or bring you to this window. So once here, you're going to want to click Create. And we are going to be creating a form today. So form is the fifth item down under or after clicking create. So I'll click form, and the first thing I want to do is give it a title. I can also title it down here. I'm going to call this practice form. And I want to make this form available to everybody. Notice it defaults when it opens up to having this checkbox selected. So I'm going to uncheck that because I want to make this form available to everybody. And I'm just getting a little warning here saying, are you sure you want to make it accessible outside of the district? And I'll click OK because that's my intention. There's some other choices here, but basically for this example, I want to make this form available to everyone. So the first thing you can see after we add the title is that there is a question already created. When Google Forms opens up, it defaults to having a multiple choice question. And so I'll just call this question. I'm going to name it just by clicking that spot. I'll just call it MC question for multiple choice. And notice there's some help text here. So if I wanted to add some help text, perhaps some directions or something, I could do that here. And then you can see, like I said, the question type is multiple choice. And then here are the options. And I can add more options just by clicking in the box below, the one that's grayed out. So I'll add 4 options. Notice I could also add another if I'd like. And then I can make this a required question. If I want to make sure that people answer this question prior to leaving the form, I can check that, and I'll do that. And then I'll click Done. And now notice I have this box right below the question that asks me to add another item or suggests adding another item. I'll click on the down arrow right next to that, and let's review the different types of things I can add to my form. There's basic items, advanced items, and layout items. Basic items include text items. So for example, if I wanted my respondents to put in an ID or perhaps their name, I could choose text, or perhaps 1 or 2 words. That's when you'd want to use a text item. There's also paragraph text. So if I wanted my students or whoever's responding to add a longer form answer, perhaps a sentence, a paragraph, or multiple paragraphs, I could use paragraph text. We've already seen multiple choice. There's also tick boxes, which are allow the user to use or to answer multiple or respond with multiple checks. So in other words, select multiple items from an answer. And there's also choose from a list. And then for the advanced items, there's scale. So if you have a Likert scale question on a form, this is what you use this advanced item layout, advanced item. And then there's also grid. Grid is great for matching. And then there's also date and time items. On the layout side, these aren't questions, but these are layout items. So for example, you could add a section header, you can add a page break, you can add images and videos. So that is a very brief introduction to those. So I suggest just playing around with these different items and seeing what they look like and seeing how they work. The next thing I want to show you is what this looks like on the internet. Now you can change the theme. Notice up here, if I want to change the theme, there's all these different themes, and I just got there by clicking change theme, and then I can select any one of these things. So let's just select that one. And notice there's a view responses button. There are no responses, you can see right now, but if I wanted to click that, it's going to open up a spreadsheet, and you can see there's nothing here. If I go back here and I go to view live form, notice I'm now looking at the live form. Here's the address. Here's my multiple choice question. And if I click one of the answers and press submit, it tells me that I've submitted the form. And if I go back to the spreadsheet, you can see that it's been populated there. So forms are really powerful, and there's lots of different ways to use them.